All right. Welcome back to the fucking ridiculous podcast. It's episode 12. I barely know my name or the month or day right now. Actually, I do know the month. It's September. It's still September, and September is still sucking. But we'll get to that in a minute. I do, before I forget, wanted to give a shout out to our friends Sutter and Michael. Thank you so much for hosting us back in August at your place. We had so much fun. It was just the best time ever. Great, relaxing time. Can't wait to see you again soon. Okay, so I'm actually just going to appeal to your sympathy, empathy, pity right now. If you're liking this, which the look on my face might not be indicative of you liking it, but share with a friend or 12 maybe, because that would really help me. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff happening in the news right now. And because September is sucking the life out of me, I am behind in everything. This is the story of my life, but I'm really behind in stuff. So I do know that the Queen died. I know no more details. I know nothing else. I know there's some stuff going on with the royals. I don't know. I've heard it. I can't even pay attention. I am behind in my House of Dragon. So don't say a word because I have to catch up this weekend, which is pissing me off, by the way. And it is Rivalry week here in RVA where I live. So last night, which was Tuesday. Yeah. Okay. So both of my boys, they play soccer, and they each had a game against a local rival in town, and they both wound up winning. So that was really great. It just so happened that one of the boys, it's his birthday. It was his 18th birthday. So getting a win against a rival was pretty cool for him, I guess. I mean, maybe, I don't know. But he was pumped. So there's that. Tomorrow, I am taking my husband for the very first time to Blacksburg, Virginia, which is where Virginia Tech is, which is where I went to school. He has never been to Blacksburg. He has never been to, obviously then, he's never been to Virginia Tech, and he's never been in Lane Stadium. He went to Carolina, which for those of you who are listening in North and South, he went to North Carolina, like UNC Chapel Hill. And I've been to plenty of games there, and let me just tell you, his world is going to be rocked when he feels and hears the Enter Sandman intro. And if you don't know what that is, you should Google it because it's fucking amazing. Okay, so we're going to that. They're playing WVU, which is West Virginia. And I actually don't really care so much about football, in the winning or the all of that. I just like to go and have fun. And so this will be really cool, though. Then tomorrow night, Friday night, we have another game against a local rival team, and they're undefeated. So that should be great. And then bonus, there's a happy hour afterwards. So I'm really excited about that. And then next Tuesday, my husband's taking me down to Raleigh, where he will then go and teach, where I will go to watch the Hurricanes play the Lightning. These are hockey teams. And this is the practice run for the start of the NHT season, which is Nicole's hockey tour. I'm super excited. And Chris will meet me there. And I'll probably already be half in the bag and already made 17 videos about it. So I'm super pumped. And that is a rivalry in that they did not play each other in the playoffs last year, but it would have been an awesome matchup if they had. So moving on. It brings me to think about rivals and who, the rival schools and the rival teams and the rival, maybe you have people at work that are or competitor companies. I am in the mode right now where September is my rival. And then I started thinking about it because I was like, it's not September that's my rival. It's actually just me. I'm my own worst enemy all of the time. But in September, it is a legitimate issue. So I woke up today and first things first, if you're a snoozer, like, don't do that. I mean, it is the worst habit to get into, unless you're like, oh, I set my alarm 11 minutes early so that I can, get the 9 minutes of the snooze, which why is it 9? I don't know. And then you like take a moment to like turn off your alarm and then you get up instantly. Then that's fine. I am not that person. I used to set my alarm early and then that didn't work. So anyway, I didn't get up when I was supposed to get up. And so that puts me in a bad mood with myself, not anyone else, just me. And then I just am flailing around in the morning, trying to get people out the door. I'm coming here and I literally am thinking to myself, like, what am I doing? Like, why am I even doing this? This is so stupid. Everyone thinks this is stupid. I'm stupid, And that's a horrible way to go down. So then I do think about what makes me smile, which is on Thursday mornings for the past like 6 weeks or so, I will get anywhere from 1 to 3 texts of friends that are like, oh my God, I woke up this morning, I was in the shittiest mood. I was walking the dog or I was, doing laundry. I was listening to your podcast and I was laughing so hard. It totally changed my attitude. And I am so grateful for it. And I was like, oh my gosh, since I make no money on this right now, that I get paid in like compliments and smiles and laughs. So that was huge to me. And so then I started thinking, well, the whole goal of this was to make people laugh and feel like they're not alone. So I guess that's a goal that's being achieved by, 3 people or by 3 people listening. So I woke up this morning. I did not get up on time. I was already pissed off at myself. And everyone else in my house seemed to be like super behind also, except for my daughter, who was up and at 'em at like 5 a.m. And she had too much sugar yesterday. So clearly she didn't sleep well. So I'm kind of in a grumpy mood, which is why I look as good as I do right now, is I just couldn't be bothered to like get in the shower and like try, Have you ever had those days where you just are like, bare minimum, that's all I got right now. So that's kind of where I was firing. So I'm on my way here and I am an avid like podcast person. Like I love listening to podcasts. It's like company for me. I love to use it for entertainment, for information. And this today was informational and super duper helpful. So I have a major girl crush on Erica Nardini, who is the CEO of Barstool. And I'm obsessed with Barstool. I'm obsessed with their podcasts. I'm obsessed with Erica in particular and just so want her to be my friend because I think we'd have so much fun together. But she's super fucking smart. So she has this call-in show and this girl calls in and she's like, hey, I went to college. I started a job. I took some time off to be a full-time mom. And now I'm back in the game. And I just feel like I'm super behind like all of my peers. And I'm driving down the road. And I'm like, oh my God. I feel like I'm super behind everyone all the time. And I always joke to myself that I am like a 25-year-old person trapped in this 40-something body. And I'm just starting to hit my stride. And so I, of course, feel super behind when I look around and I'm like, oh my gosh, so-and-so's doing that and so-and-so is doing that. And I just always feel like a failure, like I'm not doing enough. And September is like the perfect storm of making me feel like a failure. So then Erica says to the girl, look, you do you. Who are you comparing yourself to? Like someone else's success, they might be looking at you thinking, oh my God, I wish I had that. I wish I had a family. I wish I had a baby. I wish I had this. And I'm like, oh, you're right. So that gave me the new perspective on things. So I'm coming in fresh of like not completely being a failure. Hopefully I don't fuck this episode up. So I've already said that September kind of sucks because it's like you basically go from 0 to 150 because it's like you're on summer mode, everyone's super laid back, and then all of a sudden it's like pedal to the metal. School, work, sports, whatever it is that you have going on and your people have going on, it's just like amped up, and that's awesome, and it's so great. But the other thing is like there are just a lot of it's so jarring going from like not having much going on to have so much going on that you're like, oh my God, how are you not missing things? You are, I'm sure. It's fine though. And so I happen to have 3 kids. 2 of them share the same birthday and it is in September. If I had chosen properly, I probably would have chosen another month to have them. So anyway, their birthday was yesterday. They're turning 18. And I like have always tried to let them have their own thing, but then sometimes combine if we could. And I suck at it, and I always fail because my daughter wants like a skywriting. She wants her own YouTube channel. She wants literally everyone in the entire world to be like, happy birthday, you're the greatest. We love you so much. And my son is like, yeah, I don't want anything. I don't care. I don't want anyone to know it's my birthday. Let's just like let this day go by. And I'm like, wait, what? So we have 100% like all in and 0% all in. And so I try and like balance that out, but then also do more for the one that doesn't want the stuff, because I worry like, oh, sharing a birthday sucks, like you don't get your own stuff. And so I've like always tried to go over the top. And I used to, like when they cared, do like celebrate a half birthday, which is, don't do that. Don't start that. It's stupid because then they expect gifts and that's dumb. So there have been a couple of years where I did plan like group birthday parties. My best one, I nailed it. I did a scavenger hunt and I had my two nieces, like one had the girls and one had the boys, and we did it all over the neighborhood. It was perfect. They made their stupid little party favor bag because I hate those. And then we had a piñata and it was great. Pretty much that's the best birthday party anyone remembers in my house, because after that, I started like getting annoyed with goodie bags, and I started getting annoyed with the fact that they would bitch about having to write the thank you notes for the gifts that they got. Then I would get annoyed about the fact that we have these gifts and we don't need anything and they're not playing with them. So then I was like, okay, we're going to cut parties and we'll do those maybe every other year. And we're also going to cut all gifts. So when you are 9, that's the last year you're going to get any gifts. And from that point on, I instilled this policy. If you have a party, there will be no gifts. And then I added in I'm raising ungrateful children. Everyone can bring a canned good. And then we're going to travel as a family down to Feed More and like, give the donation there. And then everyone's going to feel like, gosh, we're making a difference. That fell so flat. I can't even. We did it with the SPCA too. I had like no gifts, but like bring something for the animals. And my kids are like, oh my God, this is so lame. It's so embarrassing. Like, and I know, right? So I've tried it all different ways. So yesterday I was trying really hard for my son who had that rival game. And I thought, I really want to embarrass him, but I really want him to know he's super special and like not look back on this and feel like, God, my 18th birthday sucked, because of whatever. Like, and then be on the therapist counts or anyway, that's going to happen regardless. I know this. But so I go to this specialty donut shop and I get like 4 dozen donuts because I never want anyone to be left out. And then I bought like this banner. It's like happy birthday. And then I bought like 10 things of poster board. And if you know me, first of all, I'm still in the sling. But second of all, I'm super not artistic. Like I can barely draw a stick figure. So here I am like trying to make posters and stuff. And then after the game, I had this big idea where I was going to hold up the banner and the poster boards and everyone would know it was his 18th birthday and be like, ha ha ha, look at your stupid mom. Well, little do I know that of course there's a game right after that game. Everyone's like hustling off the field. They're trying to get other people on. That whole thing falls flat. I'm like walking across a field with 4 dozen donuts looking like a fucking idiot. And then I like give them to one of the coaches and he's like, oh, cool, thanks. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So for all that effort and thought, it totally fell flat. And my son brought home 2 dozen donuts home after the game. So that's what I mean by like trying to be perfect, trying to have everything done properly, and then it just doesn't go the way you want it. And then you're disappointed. And then you're like, oh my gosh, they must be so disappointed. They're probably not. They don't know. They don't know. So now I'm trying to switch that. It's hard. It's hard. Parenting's hard. Being married's hard. Being in a relationship is hard. It's all fucking hard. And it just feels harder in September to me. So I am now starting something new where tomorrow, I'm going to start this tomorrow. I'm going to try 3 things and that'll be 8 days until my birthday month starts. I'm going to try to, number 1, just get up on time, like get up at the time I'm supposed to get up. Like not snooze, not anything, just get up. The second thing is I'm going to get up and I'm going to like do something productive, whether it's like start some laundry, pay a bill, like, I don't know, go jog around the block, even though I can't. Like, I'm going to do something that I'm like, okay, yeah, that was out of the ordinary for me. Yay. And then I'm also going to really, really, really try to not piss off anyone in my family before they leave the house or when I take them to leave the house. So you can try that too if you want. I think that they're attainable goals, but consistency's never been my strong suit. So big in the ideas, shitty in the follow through. So we'll see. But I'm trying. So for not so deep thoughts today, I have been thinking about these for a while. And it's because we're in the throes of like, I'm getting estimates for things that we have to do for our house. Nobody tells you when you're super pumped. You're like, oh my gosh, we're buying a house. Yay, it's exciting. You know, I guess unless you have a new, like just new home, like brand spanking new, which I don't. They don't tell you that like all of the money that you're going to put into your house and your yard maintenance is exorbitant. And you will literally get no return in the cost per wear or compliments, you know. Like you get your house painted, people are like, oh my God, that looks so great. You're like, I know, right? Yeah, thanks. You get a new roof, you get a new sub pump, and people are not going by being like, damn, that pump is pumping the water out. Way to go on that. Or the sweet new windows looks so drastically different than it did before. None of that is happening. You are shelling out money for stuff that literally feels like you're just, you know. So there's that. Second one, pet insurance. I laughed at this when I went to the vet when we first got a dog. I was like, what? Pet insurance? Like life insurance, health insurance? It's health insurance. There might be life insurance. I don't know. I think that's actually something that probably will come up if it's not around. Health insurance for pets. I think that people are so into their pets, that should be offered as a benefit when you take on a new job. So like, let's say you get a choice. You could have like, oh, do you want the long-term disability insurance? Do you want the dental or do you want the pet insurance? I'll take the pet insurance. So just a thought. Think it might work. The third thought, I just want to take a moment to mourn the retirement announcements for Serena and Roger. If you don't know who they are, please look it up. They are amazing role models, athletes, personalities that did so much for the tennis world. And I just, man, that's the end of an era. So they're amazing. That's that. So I'm going on a field trip tomorrow, and then I've got some other trips planned. So next week, I'm going to give you the whole lowdown on what has happened in the rivalry week. And as we lead out of or exit September sucks, I'm ending it though with a back to school night. So just know that. And then we'll move into October, best month of the year. All right. Until then, I truly mean this. It's going to be fine. It's no big deal. Just keep going. Keep going and keep laughing. At me if you need to.